All right then. Should have cleared my throat before I started the video, but excuse me. Uh, as the allied player, we are going to use a resource card, but not for its event, for its opposite value. And the key thing of it is, this card really doesn't come into effect yet. We haven't got any B-29 units even on the board, much less in the China box. There's some other cards there. Some of them are reaction cards, and I do have a military card, but I can't use it right now. We'll go ahead and look at it real quick. There you go. This one ain't bad, but it's during all battles. I don't want to have a battle, and I don't want to waste this hex right now. There's not going to be a battle hex for the Allied move. War in Europe might come into effect later. Right now, well, we're pretty good on the old marker here. So I don't know if I want to bump that up anymore. This is another political card. But the China marker's all the way to the right, so we don't need that one. And then, like I said, there's a nice little reaction card. So that narrowed it down to the old resource card, and we're going to use that, like I said, for its ops. We're going to activate this headquarters here. Anything turned sideways is activated. Ops value will be 3. Headquarters logistics value 1. Total of 4 units to be activated. We can't bring anybody in. We can bring units in or move them from port to port. Right now we're maxed out on ground/air units and a hex. What I'm going to do then is move my naval units within 12 hexes of activation range. Now originally I was wanting to use the old Manila headquarters, but there's no way I can get through this little spot here with the 2 zones. He's got a zone of influence 2 hexes out to here and here, so I'd have to go all the way around, which might have worked, but right off the bat there was no line between these that wasn't negated by a friendly zone of influence, so couldn't activate units in this little hex here. Like I said, I might have been able to go around. It was just easier to operate or to activate this headquarters. Anything within 12 hexes. So we got 1, 2, 3. How many do I have? 4. Let me see if I'm missing somebody. Oh, okay, I'm with you. 1, 2, 3, 4 naval units underneath this headquarters unit. I think it's the Kent or something. So we're going to go ahead and activate them and move them into our little spot here, trying to make Borneo impregnable. So we'll see what goes on. That's going to be an epic battle coming on up. This is the before. We'll show you the after here in a second. All right, real quick. Earlier I was talking about using this headquarters to activate units down here when this headquarters here could have activated them. The only thing is I wanted kind of to go around this way. If I just wanted to use this unit here to activate units, I could have did it. I didn't have to trace a line through here. This is a headquarters unit itself, but there was a reason I wanted to activate units here and have an extended range for some other units down here. But yeah, just got done checking that on out, and I was thinking to myself, well, you got a headquarters right here. Why would you worry about going through this line? So there you go. Just now realized it. Like I said, not the sharpest tool in the shed. We'll be back. All right, then moving into the battle hex will be a cruiser, a battleship, and 2 carriers. This carrier here, though, being reduced to only 50%, so indomitable. Moving into the battle hex, damaged. Now, how good of a strategy it is to move carriers into the actual battle hex, we'll see. You know, maybe it'd be better just to move the Kent on in there and have these guys ready for the reaction, but you know, I don't know how that's going to work. So I think we're just going to get them in there and get them ready. Bring it on. There you go for your big attack. And I don't know if the Japanese got anything that can, you know, compare, because you got to have like, what is it, 3-to-1 odds usually on attack, and that's a lot of attack factor. So I think it probably will be wise policy to bring them all in. So We're back. All right then, quite the quite the stuffed hex with its resource and capitulation blocks. And that's just to signify which one's a resource hex is and everything like that. It makes it a little bit easier. You gotta go back and look at the book. But quite the balancing act sometimes. All right, that'll be it. That's gonna be the card play for the. Let's just get off the Zoom. There you go. For the allied player. We'll put that in the discard pile and find out what the Japanese reaction will be. We'll be back, right back. Will be time for the future offensive card. We're back. All right, Japanese turn. And we need to get some units into these hexes. And this battle hex, I guess, is what I'm not going to have to do eventually. Stacking limits for these are 3 units per hex. Now it's 3 units combination air and ground, but I won't have no air units involved. These will all be ground, so I can get some pretty good numbers in here. I need to find out if there's ground units here. Let me find out real quick. No and yes. Okay, so we have us a reduced unit. It can be moved too. Let me check this out some more. I'll be right back. Alright, so another key is going to be getting these units in the hexes that are adjacent. So I'll have to move units from here. I'll have to move this half strength unit. Like I said, I can have a 3 unit stacking limit in these hexes. So I got to get them all. The key thing is, though, when it comes time for the battle, is there such thing as a card that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 activations. I need 7 activations to get in there. 1 from this hex. Where's my pointer? 1 from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if that's possible, even with my future offensives. Right now, to move these units, they the hexes that they're wanting to move in cost 2 movement points. At the max with a 3-op card. Come down here, old Mark put the chart on here, something he learned early in his gaming career. Put the pertinent information on the map. So anyway, I'm going to need me at least a 2-ops card to give me a 2-point movement allowance to get in here. 1-op card won't have it done. It'll only give me 1 movement point. Don't want to waste a 3-op card right now, so just look for a 2-op card. And that's where it comes in to which one to use. And then I want to move 3 units. I want to move 1, 2, 3. So maybe I got to use a 3-op card. The only card that qualifies. And these are all good cards that definitely need to be, that can be played. I'm going to have to sacrifice this high altitude interceptor card and not play it for its event, which is kind of a bite. I still got this card here. I think this is a ground unit bonus card, so I don't want to use this. And this might have to be my battle card right here as a future offensives. But yeah, thinking about playing the high altitude interceptor card for its resources or for its ops card value. There won't be a battle, no battle hex at all. And another thing is, if I do attack this hex by just ground units alone, not bringing in any air or naval units, there can be no special reaction. There can be no reaction from the allied player. So moving by ground gets it done without alerting everybody to what's going on, as opposed to having naval units moving around the oceans and having their planes spot them and say something's going on. So that's basically what that means. So that's another good thing. But as the Allies were prepared, they got quite the beef up going on there. All right, that's the mechanics of the game. We'll be back. I'm thinking about activating 3 units with an ops card value, and what headquarters? That could be a pain too. What kind of headquarters will I have nearby? Ooh, that could be a big. Right here would be the only one. But he's got to have a clear line to these units with an unopposed zone of influence. He does. I can see that right now. it'd come down into here, and I got my units here. 1, 2, 1, 2. He does have heavy unit here. 1, 2, but this unit right here negates it. 1, 2. You come down to here. This guy might not be able to get activated. So, well, that is true. Activation can't come down through here because there's a zone of aircraft zone of influence that goes 2 hexes from each aircraft. That'd go 1, 2. So this aircraft here negates it 1, 2. So this guy here might be just sitting there. We'll have to see what happens. That's the way the game is. We will look and check that out when the time comes. All right, we'll be back. All right, so I believe the 4 units I'm going to activate will be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Then when it comes time to move, I'll move him over to here. These 2 units into here. This unit here. Now I have to look. I can't really see around this stack in here. Another thing is this even connected to the rest of these? This might even be a island hex, so we'll have to move a bunch of stuff around and get some zoom ins going. We'll be right back. Oh yeah, he's connected. I don't know how good you can see it, but there's some land right here between these, so you can definitely move on in. All right, let me look this over, make sure it's what we want to do, finalize it, and we'll show you the befores and the after. All right, we got a couple units that we can't activate, and this hex here qualifies. I can't get through here because there's enable our air units, allied air units, all through here. And it's becoming apparent to me that I need some airfields down here to negate. So this old boy here, I wanted to activate him from here, but this air unit here with its 2 hex zone of influence is unnegated by a Japanese air unit. So he can't be activated and he can't be activated. Because I was maybe just going to use him and move him on into these capitulation resource hexes, but he can't be activated. This air unit here is keeping anybody from getting in here and giving them some orders, is basically what it is. So they're trying to get orders out here. If we had Japanese air units that can protect the planes giving them orders, they can get through, but right now nobody can protect him. He can't get no orders, and he can't get no orders from headquarters. Oh, so that is the situation I am in. We're still going to use this card to activate 4 units. We just have to find out which 4 they're going to be. We're right back. All right, and that creates a big problem too. Is when it comes time to this ain't like any other game. We could have just attacked adjacent hexes. You got to get into the battle hex, so you have to have a card that activates enough units. If I don't want a reaction, I just activate units on the ground and move in there with just a ground combat. That way he can't react with any more units. Not that he can anyway. I guess you could put 6 naval units into a hex, so you could bring more naval units in. But the Japanese player, on the other hand, really don't have no naval units nearby. I mean, I could try probably scrounge them up, but a big part of this game is activating units, having enough units of the right type. A big part of it's logistics. So that's what we're trying to look into. This here might be a total impregnable hex. I don't know if I can activate enough units to even get in here. It might be like a couple rounds of card play. You know, you can't get it the first round, just weaken them off, but the Japanese run out of units. I mean, this is pretty much all, well, that's a lot of infantry that I've gathered there. That's a lot of infantry. That's almost probably more than 50% of the strength of the Japanese on the board. So we'll see what's up. But yeah, it's just all a matter of garnering units, trying to get somebody in here. And it might mess up the old Borneo capitulation. We'll see. We'll be back. All right. Back with the Japanese turn and trying to figure out what to do with these units being out of range because of enemy zones of influence, airfields. What I'm thinking about doing is using some of these units here for amphibious assault. However, I don't have amphibious assault or amphibious shipping points, so I can't use amphibious shipping points to use regular units. But these units here, when moving with the ships performing an amphibious assault, doesn't use amphibious shipping points. The only thing is, the enemy can react. But I want to move these boys down here into one of these hexes. Probably this hex here. Vacating this will land the troops. The ship can't stay there, have to rebase to a port. But at least I'll have a unit here at this airfield. And then proceeding turns, move some air units down here, giving me a zone of influence and being able to activate this. So all kinds of things that has to be done before I can even think about attacking this here. So therefore we will look and see what we can do with these 3 activations. 4 counting whatever headquarters I'm going to use. That's another thing. The Japanese only got 1, 2, 3 headquarters. That's it. And Japanese are definitely in desperate need to get at headquarters down around here, because this southern area here is we can't penetrate enemy aircraft zone of influence. You can see down here it's a nice little spot, but and that would be nice. He's got a 13, 12, 13 for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I need to get around this. I can't. This unit here has got them covered. So we're trying to rescue these units here and get them activated. Also, like we said earlier, these units here need to be rescued too. Trying to figure that out. We'll be right back. All right. Well, if we could activate this unit, we just move him on into this airfield. We can't activate him. He can't get. There's no line from unopposed. This guy here's got him covered 2 hexes around. We need to negate his zone of influence. What we're going to do with this card is use it for its 3 ops value. Activate that headquarters. You can see it's on top of a battle hex block. So that means there will be a battle hex. And the units that we're going to activate will be these 2 units here and these 2 ground units here. That'll be my 4 activations. We'll be right back after movement. Alright then, we got the movement on. From this headquarters activated. Battle hex number 1. You can see my infantry units have moved from the mountains into, I guess that is considered a mixed terrain. 2 movement points with a 3-op card played for movement and land. We get 3 movement allowance, so we use 2 to 3 to move from this hex to this hex. Alright, now we have a reaction option for the Allies, because we have just moved from here on that little spot there for an amphibious assault, costing me no amphibious shipping points, because we used, hold on a second, Japanese Organic Naval Unit Transport Capability. Now when you use those units with along riding with their ships, they don't have any, they don't use up any amphibious shipping points. It's an advantage that the Japanese have in this game. The Allies don't. Unless it's some kind of marine unit. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to the Japanese player. Alright, well there you go. Let me see if I want to use me a reaction card, or if I want to roll for the ops. I'd have to get a 5 or less, or 5 or more. I think it's probably 5 or less to intercept. We'll be right back. Alright, well I got a nice little reaction card. But this does not, you can look right here in this little thing here, this is an attack card. It's not an intercept. Let me take you over here real quick. It is not an ambush or an intercept. It's called an attack response, meaning that when you play this card, you use it for its event and that's it. And I'd get a chance to nail that one ship that's in there. That won't do what I want to do, I don't think. I don't know if I can react with any infantry. Because I need amphibious shipping points. And during a reaction move, you can only use 1 amphibious shipping point. So I guess I can't get any infantry in there to save the day. I can maybe just sink that ship. Either way, I think he's got that spot with that infantry. There's no way I can get any infantry in there. It's all about infantry on gaining ground. And I am out of amphibious shipping points for the Allied player. But let me think. Who can I react with? First of all, I'd have to roll on OC if I'm not going to use this card. So it's a debate on whether I want to use this card or roll and bring in more units. We're going to make a decision on that. We'll be right back. Okay, well, I could roll to intercept, but I would only intercept with maybe, I don't really have any naval units. They're all involved in this. Naval units for the Allies in this area are hard to come by. I got some way over here, but don't know if I really want to do that. And I'd react also, intercept also with some air units that are nearby, I guess. But he's got ground units there. There's no way I can get ground units. He's going to get that spot no matter what. There is an emergency air move that can happen maybe afterwards, but we have to solve the offensive anyway. Don't think I'm going to intercept. I think I'm going to play this reaction card and take out that ship. Here you go. As the Allied player, we will respond with a submarine attack. Darter, Dace. Sank or damaged several Japanese cruisers prior to the Battle of Leyte Gulf. Played during the offensive prior to combat. That's what we're getting ready to do right now. Against any active Japanese naval units or against any active Japanese naval unit if no battle hex is declared. Well, there is a battle hex during the offensive. The die roll is, we got to roll a dice. Here you go. We get a 1. Ooh, not good. Oh, 0 to 4. Japanese lose 1 naval step. Japanese chooses. Well, there's no other one to choose except this 1 naval unit that he's got there. They've already been there and already dropped off their units, but this unit here will be eliminated. The Congo, the battleship. There you go. That's not too bad. Suffered a submarine strike while unloading units. That'll take care of that. I get to draw 1 strategy card. All right, add that to my hand. Oh, hold on a second. Wrong person. This is the Allies. Allies get to draw a strategy card. It's a resource card. And this one here gets removed from play. So here's our removed from play pile. All right, that is that. Killer. Good reaction by the Allies. All right, the old Congo. We went into the eliminated pile back on the order of battle chart. And we come back. We'll be battling for this hex. First we'll go to the air naval phase, which there won't be none. It'll end up evacuating that unit. And I'll have a ground unit there in control of an airfield. We can finally move an air unit. You know, this will come up in turns. We'll finally be able to move an air unit there that'll cover everybody, and I can activate them from the headquarters. That's what it's all about. Having a great time down here. We'll call this a video. Empire of the Sun. Be back.